So I took that kettle, see that I got it for $10, believe it or not, and it wasn't in great shape. One of the main problems with the way it was set up is they had taken extra holes and screwed into the top, trying to get their handle to stick to it better. And so some of these just had some drywall screws in them to try to do that. It was really a poorly done solution. So I knew I didn't like leaving that handle up there, so I didn't do anything with that kettle. I never really cooked on it. It was on 3 legs. But I added some ports to the sides here and here. These ports can be tightened down, so I can leave that probe in position. This is simply a reel that has a magnet on it to help me maintain and kind of police the wires and stuff on it. So I got 2 of them. This one is tightened down so that it's completely closed. I can use it if I ever need to. I doubt it. I doubt that I'll need to. It has the original Weber thermometer in the lid. It's not that reliable. It gives an indication, I guess, but you thump on it a few times, make sure you keep it clean, and it's just another backup. The tip-top temp, I drilled a hole in the top so that it had breathing all the time. I think that's about 3/4 of an inch opening, and I may find that I need to open that more, but I'd rather start small, learn about it, and then open it up more. Of course, it had the original vents in the top. They are still operating and in position if I just want to go old school with it and use those in addition to the original vents down below. Those wiper ash sweeping is the main reason that I like those lower vents down there. But I can use those just like any Weber kettle. It had 2 handles on the lower kettle. This one, I think they both maybe have had the tool hooks on the sides here and here, but I cut that one off, put a grinder to it, and that's part of why you see some high tip paint back here. So I ground that off pretty low, and then I attached my hinge there. The hinge is from a char griller Acorn replacement hinge. It's 2 parts. I added an extension here so that the pivot points are 2 positions rather than the 1 position, and then these straps in here simply cause the stopping action for the lid so that it doesn't fall all the way back. I think if I had just used the original hinge and ground off some more of the metal, if I'd used the original pin, I think it would open a lot farther than I wanted to. And I wanted the lid to open to where I could reach the top without having to get my stomach too far involved in the hot coal grates here. So I took the lid handle that was screwed on here and I moved it down to this location. So now it's right above the pull location. Makes it real easy to get to. Reach up, it makes it easy to close as well. You'll see the top of the lid has the original thermometer probe here. It has the additional probe port that I added. The additional probe port and the probe itself is in this one. This is an open hole at the top, providing gases and vent flow to the true top temp to do that. I added this gasket around here. I have to get you some details on that, where I got it. I know I got it on Amazon. Then I used the Only Fire cast iron grate on this system. One of the comments that I have seen about the ceramic insert is that the standoff for the grates, I didn't like how they weren't more stable. So I'm going to lift this last one one-handed. Yeah. Just going to set it off to the side here. This is what the ceramic kit, Only Fire calls it a charcoal grate system, and it really doesn't talk much about, I should say the title doesn't give you much idea what this thing really is and what it's capable is and what the benefits might be. This big diffuser is a big part of the contribution. The diffuser is pretty heavy and it covers a lot of area, so I think that everybody will see the benefit in that, because it's going to point the direct heat away from the center. Set that diffuser down. So this is the most impressive part, and those are the ceramic inserts that come with the Only Fire charcoal grate system. They slide right in. There's a stainless steel rack, and the rack sits on top of your straight regular Weber coal grate at the bottom. And then once the rack's in place, you slide in each one of these ceramic inserts individually, and those go all the way around. And I'll get you another temperature guide. If you watch the first cook video, the carne asada video in my series, then you'll see the temperature difference. I can't remember it right now, but I took an outside measurement on the lower kettle, and I took an outside measurement on the upper kettle when the lid was closed, and there was a good bit of difference. But back to the build on this, you can see that this is a welded and bolted stand. It was built for a Primo, I think they call it an XXL. It's the oval, it's the large oval Kamado. And on the, it comes with this here, and the Kamado sits on this lower shelf, and that thing is really heavy. It is all the way across, oval shaped, and the lid, of course, is heavy ceramics as well. And so the cart is really sturdy. I had to construct these two bars, one for the front, one for the back. They look like wood, but they are actually concrete siding that is in a lot of modern construction now. Nothing will burn through those, so that's why I decided to go ahead and constructed up those. And then if you're doing any kettle modifications or mounting these brackets, these are available from I think it's, I don't want to misquote who makes those, but you have two choices on those brackets. The one that fits the 22-inch kettle to mount it to a Weber Performer table, and I have used that before. And this guy, same bracket here, except this one is stainless steel, but I like the looks of it being painted, and so I use my high temperature spray paint black to paint these. And I knew I was going to do that this time, so I ordered the non-stainless one, the carbon steel, and I made sure I painted it inside and out, both sides, after I've done any shaping to it and before I installed it on to my kettle, so that it looks clean and I don't have overspray onto my kettle. This concrete board is attached to the frames with some stainless steel bolts, and then the bracket is attached to the kettle with stainless steel bolts, and then the bracket is attached to the board with stainless steel bolts. So there's a fair amount of hardware attached with that. When you mount a 22-inch kettle to a Weber table, or I should say a performer table, the brackets are up really high, but on this stand the brackets are very much lower. Now that raises the cooking surface significantly compared to my other performers, my other kettles, and which I like. So it makes it so unique and much easier to work on. But when you're mounting your bracket so low on this shape of a kettle, then the diameter is much smaller diameter here than it was here. And I think the 18s probably would have taken a little less manual manipulation, because of course they're not built for this unique application. I simply used it for this, and so whenever I do that I have to do some get my vise out and my vice grips and maybe a little hammering going on, but a little trial and error. But it's not that difficult. It just takes a little bit of finesse, and you don't want to just tighten it down to the body of the kettle, because the body of the kettle is not as strong as those brackets, and the body of the kettle end up bending, which will crack the ceramic coating on the outside of the kettle. So you can see the amount of charcoal that remained after that chimney cook that I did on a strip steak the other day. And these are the brackets that you set your grate on. It raises the grate up significantly from the original Weber grate height. So all those things give you some room. You can put a drip pan, a pizza pan, maybe even a tray of aluminum, something like that, underneath most grates, on top of that ceramic diffuser, without too much trouble. And of course that's good. Okay, so the setup will be put our coals in, our diffuser in. Salt season what we want. I'm going to put, I think that's a 16-inch pizza pan in there. And that just keeps the diffuser cleaner. And you put your cooking grate. This one's cast iron. They don't all need to be there. Okay, that's that. That's a Kamado Lite. That's how I built it. And if you have any questions on how you can make your kettle work out similarly, or you have some other ideas, please leave it in the comments below. But now's the time. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I have modifications I do like this all the time. So give me a thumbs up, please. Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Share with your friends. Give me a don't like if you have to. Give me a comment so I can help improve the channel. What's the next build that you'd like me to go through? And don't forget that